Hello everyone. On behalf of myself, Mohammed Abba, and my co-author, Mahmud Kakanda, from the Department of Accountancy, School of Management and Information Technology, Modibbo Adama University of Technology, Yola, Adamawa State, Northeastern Nigeria. Here to present our paper entitled, Do Earnings Management Have Any Relationship with Firm Performance? Empirical Evidence from Listed Nigerian Deposit Money Banks at the 8th International Seminar on Entrepreneurship and Business ISEP 2020 in University Malaysia, Kelantan, being the 22nd day of November 2020. Our contents or mode of presentation goes in this way: why the study, what to do, what has been done, how to do it, what is obtained, and so what about what is obtained. Now let's look at these items one after the other. Why they study. It is a well-known fact that the primary objective of every business is to make profit, followed by growth and developmental objectives, and to gain a significant market share that can sustain the business to unforeseeable future period. But achieving these objectives is at times seriously hindered in most organizations due to scandalous acts of some corporate managers. For instance, some studies argued, or some researchers argued, that the high profile of global financial scandals over the years involved in some giant companies like WorldCom in the United States, Parmalat in Italy, and HIH Insurance in Australia has raised serious concerns of their performance and the credibility of their financial report. And most of these scandals that occurs in these companies are committed through deliberate manipulations of earnings, which has over the years been a serious issue of concern to regulators, practitioners, and researchers, for the reason that corporate scandals corrode the value of financial reporting and results to corporate fiasco. In the same vein, or it is important also to mention that the issue of earnings management also appears rapidly or is increasing in Nigeria, especially in the financial institution and specifically banks, as argued by Abu Bakr, Ishaq, and Chandran in 2017. What to do? What to do is about the objective of this study. And the objective of this study is to examine the effect of earnings management on the performance of listed deposit money banks in Nigeria, specifically focusing on 1. Total accruals balance sheet approach on and return on asset, total accruals operating cash flow approach and return on asset, discretionary accruals and return on asset. What has been done? Various studies has been conducted or have been conducted to examines the relationship between earnings management and firm performance, but the findings in these studies appears to be mixed in nature. In addition, most of the studies carried out in Nigeria pay less attention to link earnings management and firm performance, especially in the Nigerian banking sector. That is why it is important to conduct this study. How to do it? How to do it about this study involves the hypothesis, statements, and also the methodology. The hypotheses are as follows. 1. Total accruals balance sheet approach has no significant effect on return on asset of listed deposit money banks in Nigeria. The second hypothesis states that total accruals operating cash flow approach has no significant effect on return on asset of listed deposit money banks in Nigeria. The third and the last hypothesis in this study state that discretionary accruals has no significant effect on return on asset of listed deposit money banks in Nigeria. While the sample of this study involves 15 listed deposit money banks in Nigeria from where data was obtained, and the period involves 2012 to 2017. The multivariate model, the statistical model in this study is as follows. Return on asset equals to beta null plus beta 1 TACCB. The TACCB indicates total accruals balance sheet approach. Beta 2 is TACCO, Total Accruals Operating Cash Flow approach. And beta 3 is DACC, Discretionary Accruals plus. From beta 4 to beta 7 are control variables. The beta 4 is FSIZ, which is firm size. Beta 5, FLEV, is firm leverage. And beta 6 is ASTAN, which is asset tangibility. And beta 7 is firm age, which is FAGE. What is obtained? As can be seen, the result presented is that of panel corrected standard errors regression. But before arriving at this result or at this method, various tests have been conducted. For instance, variance inflation factor, heteroscedasticity test, Ramsey reset test, Waldrich test, and link test were all conducted. However, among these tests conducted, only heteroscedasticity and serial correlation were found to be present among the variables in this study. For this reason, panel corrected standard errors regression was utilized to resolve the recognized problems as suggested by Beck and Cass in 1995 and Reid and Ye in 2011, among others. Now coming back to the result presented here, TACCB, as earlier stated, indicates or represents total accruals balance sheet approach, and it appears to have a significant negative effect on return on assets of listed deposit money banks in Nigeria at 10% level of significance. The second independent variable, total accruals cash flow approach, also has a significant negative effect on return on asset of listed deposit money banks in Nigeria, but at 5% statistical significance level. Discretionary accruals also has a significant negative effect on return on asset of listed deposit money banks in Nigeria at 1% statistical level. Considering control variables in this study from firm size, firm leverage, asset tangibility, and firm age, none of them has a significant effect on return on asset of listed deposit money banks in Nigeria. The R square equals 0.1948 that can be seen under the table, and it indicates that all the explanatory variables in the model accounted for 19.48% of variation in the dependent variable, which is return on asset. And so what? This study examines the relationship or effect of earnings management on firm performance of listed deposit money banks in Nigeria. The study found that the intensities of earnings management represented by total accruals balance sheet approach, total accruals cash flow approach, and discretionary accruals have a negative effect on performance, that is return on asset, of listed deposit money banks in Nigeria. Hence, the finding of this study is vital to both government, managers of deposit money banks in Nigeria, investors, as well as researchers. The corporate stakeholders, that is bank regulators like the Apex Bank, which is the Central Bank of Nigeria, investors, financial analysts, and corporate managers will know the level and effect that earnings management has on the financial performance of listed deposit money banks in Nigeria. Moreover, researchers will use this study as a reference material. However, despite the fact that this study has made a significant contribution, it still has some setbacks. One, the study concentrates only on banks. Also, it considers only accounting-based performance measurement, that is return on asset. Suggestion: future studies should include other non-bank financial service firms like insurance companies. And also, market-based performance measurement like the market to book value ratio or Tobin skew should be used. And also the period of the study should be extended to the most current, because this study uses the period of 2012 to 2017. Thank you for listening.